All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the game 1 means just as much as game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA Basketball. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Coming in off the road, the Pistons are back in Detroit for this game. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Wilkins.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
Jackson has the open look. Wilkins grabs the miss. Well, with Free Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school because he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball. As we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in second chance points, 4th in rebounding, and they were top 10 in fewest team turnovers. This team take care of the ball and value every possession.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
Morris a screen. The drive by Jackson. Johnson a wide open look. The rebound by Withey. Jazz trail by 6. Now let's set it.
The elective effort. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on this high-scoring team. It's never easy.
All right, Doris, they're probably well aware of the fire.
It is to slow this team down, and he wants to make sure his guys understand that as well.
Yeah, I guarantee he got his point across when prepping them for this one. He focused clearly on their absolute toughest effort defensively.
And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too,
Yeah,
because
he's
hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
And a wide-open look for Freak. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Wilkins gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. Johnson outside. And Johnson missing again. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Jackson dishes to Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Burks. Last season's performance for him. Last season, put up about 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
And the Jazz making a change here. Burks is checked in. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
There's the pick. Right side Jackson, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening. One-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Johnson. Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop, Greg, all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams.
Morris outside, clock at 4. From downtown, and that one's good. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Burke kicks to Booker. It's Wilkins on the wing. Jazz passing it around. Burks the pass to Withy. In the corner, it's Freak. Baseline try. And Baines pulls it down.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now here's Jackson. 8 points his last outing. Dishes into Meeks. 20 feet out. And he gets the jumper to drop. And it's a 10-point Detroit lead. Earlier, we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from Oakland. So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Jazz trail by 6. Taking a look at the Jazz. Wilkins in at small forward. Trevor Booker is out there with Withy. Then it's Shelvin Mack. There's the pick. And Booker kicks to Wilkins. And Baines pulls it down.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Morris a screen. Caldwell Pope kicks to Meeks. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Johnson's got 11 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Mack dishes to Booker. And it falls over the rim and in. Booker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Stolen by Withy. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Mack. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Now just a 4-point Piston lead.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Here's Morris. Rebound, Utah.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Outside Wilkins. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Listen both. Utah was so tough near the end of last season, Greg. They weren't going to make the playoffs, but they did give other teams some trouble.
It's a great point. And how about going 19-10 after the All-Star break? Another team that would have been in the playoffs if they were in the East.
Here's Mack. It's Wilkins on the wing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs. It's been a solid outing for Johnson. He has 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc. And you know, Utah might not have finished 500 on the season, but they did finish 500 against the Eastern Conference. Went 15-15 last season.
Here's Booker. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season. In third, the Jazz.
They've got a number of guys that can deny you when you take that ball inside. That's why they're one of the best shot-blocking teams in the league, at least they were last year, because they worked well together and they made it a priority.
And for the Jazz, getting those wins, Greg, out of conference, you were just talking about that, was a big key for them. Helps them keep pace, Clark, in this rugged Western Conference.
And I thought the Jazz got better and better as the season wore on. They started slowly against the East last year, but won 5 of their last 6 out of conference. That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Johnson with it. He's got 13. 4 on the clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. It's Meeks outside. No good. So Utah will take it the other way. Wilkins passes to Mack. Let's go. And that's an air ball. Not even close. The Pistons working the ball around now. Morris a screen. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
They set the pick. Nato. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Meeks. Johnson outside. Morris a screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. Misses off the right iron.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Outside Wilkins. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And he hasn't cashed in on his chances at the line, only making 1 free throw. That free throw good from Wilkins.
Love that sound.
And it's tied up with that one. Just 4 seconds left in the first half. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. This
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly